If you have been online in the political space, you have no doubt heard the phrase facts over feelings. And this was championed by people like Ben Shapiro. And when I was 14, I really bought into this. I mean, yes, facts over feelings, that sounds amazing. If we're making a policy decision, why would we want to include people's feelings at the forefront? Of course, we want the facts, the evidence, and the research first, and then people's feelings can come in secondary. That's how we should be making laws and policies. That's how we should be running our government and existing as a society. Now, maybe it's just me, but I haven't really heard anyone say this dogma in a minute. And I sat down and really pondered to myself why this could be. And the reason is that it just doesn't exist. We live in a feelings over facts based society. And this has always been the case, but it has become abundantly more clear with the current administration going on. I'll give you an easy example. Trump and the White House right now and this past week are posting videos of video game montages and references interspersed with combat footage from movies about the war in Iran to try to appeal to that American patriot who wants the United States to succeed. And really think about it from a rhetorical lens. What would be the purpose of posting this video? Of course, it's like I said, to really hype people up. But then what part of that is facts-based? What part of that has based on actually succeeding in Iran and making things better for the American people? None of it is. It is all appeal to emotion and just hoping with a tiny % chance that people are gonna buy into it. Of course, nobody's buying into it. What I'm getting at here is that everything, not even adjacent to politics, everything is based on feelings first and the facts later. And it has just become more clear in the political environment. My very first video, speaking type of video on this channel was about interviews and how to prepare and pass interviews. And I didn't dive into it too much in that video, but I kind of alluded to the fact that when you're in an interview, you really just want to present yourself as the best candidate. So, just things like being confident, making eye contact, all of those things are going to be, at the end of the day, a bit more important than even the most fundamental things like skills or qualifications. Your skills and qualifications mean literally nothing if you're not able to market them. And that is exactly what Trump and the White House are doing. But the skills and the qualifications are not there. The only thing they have is marketing. Hopefully, as a country, we can learn from our collective mistake in placing higher priority on our personal feelings about something rather than the actual facts and qualifications. I don't remember the guy's name if I'm being completely honest, but if you know what I'm talking about, there was a guy running for president maybe back in 2004 or something, and he had a really strange he did a really weird sound and scream, and he did a little swing of the arm, and that alone was enough for people to stop supporting him. That little screech and little song and dance. Isn't that insane? And the point I'm making with that is that I know this isn't a new thing. I know that Trump didn't come on here and flip the game. He simply made use of the preset settings that we already exist in. But it's just so interesting to me how little things like that and the mob mentality around situations like that so heavily enforce our future in our history. And this is not these are not small potatoes. This is literally the leader of our country, and we are basing it off of such bullshit. If you ask the average Trump supporter why he voted Trump and what his thoughts are now, what do you think he would say? And I know this is kind of like a strange argument. I'm just throwing it up in the air. But I would guarantee you the first thing people would point to when they say why they supported Trump is just because he's funny, he's charismatic. All of the actual policies, all of the actual things that he has campaigned on are completely unfulfilled. And in fact, the exact opposite of what he's saying is occurring. The only thing he has going for him is his marketing. That is it. He just leeches into the citizens of this country and convinces them that he is going to be their leader and that he's going to make things right, when he just never does. And I really hope for a change in which in future elections and future situations, we actually pick people based on their qualifications rather than how good they are at marketing themselves, because clearly it is not working out.